Italy, the country of cooking delicacies, fashion, and Roman architecture. A country with a rich culture and a deep rooted passion for the beautiful game. However, the past decade has not been so kind to these pasta lovers, as recently they lost their third World Cup qualification in a row. So, just like the last video with Romania, let's explore their story of how they got to this low point and the reason why everybody in the entire world is shitting their pants laughing at them. But first, a bit of history. Italy has participated in 18 of the last 22 World Cups. The first time was in 1934, where, lo and behold, they won the whole thing. After that, they defended their title in 1938, then they won it again in 1982 and 2006. So, the Italians have accumulated 4 World Cups titles, coming runners up in the 1970s and in the 1994 respectively,
You
I'm sorry,
stupid.
and a third place in 1990 when they hosted the entire thing. So it's safe to assume that Italy is a pretty successful team. Surely they will at least make it to the knockouts in the following World Cups. They got grouped in both the 2010 and the 2014 World Cups. And that's it. In the last decade, I repeat, decade, Italy has not qualified for a World Cup. After the win in the 2006 World Cup, Italy went into the 2008 Euro qualifiers where they topped their group with 29 points, only losing against France. At the Euros, Italy finished second behind the Netherlands and took their leave the following game, losing on penalties against Spain 4-2. In the World Cup qualifiers, Italy topped their group going undefeated with 24 points. And this is where the fun starts. Their 2010 World Cup group was considered easy as they were placed alongside Paraguay, Slovakia, and New Zealand. And Italy finished bottom with 2 points. Alright then, into the next Euro qualifiers. Italy easily topped their group with 26 points, and at the final tournament they finished second with 5 points behind Spain, to which they would eventually lose in the final 4-0 to come runners up at the 2012 Euros. Into the next World Cup qualifiers, Italy came on top again, admittedly with draws against Bulgaria and Armenia, but nonetheless they got 22 points. So who cares? At the World Cup, and you guessed it, Italy lost to Uruguay and Costa Rica to finish third, alongside their good old pals, the English. Little did they know that they would meet again later. For the 2016 Euro qualifiers, Italy got put in a group with Croatia, Norway, Bulgaria, Azerbaijan, and Malta, and they went undefeated again with 24 points. At the final tournament, with the help of the goal difference, Italy topped their group, though they lost to Ireland in the final game. Not that it really mattered. In the round of 16, the Italians got their revenge against Spain for the last Euros as they won 2-0, sealing the game in the 91st minute. Following that, they advanced to the quarters, where the score was 1-1 after extra time, and they ultimately fell to the Germans with Matteo Darmian missing the deciding penalty. So far so good. Now they just have to keep this momentum into the World Cup qualifiers. Which they kinda did by finishing second behind Spain in a playoff spot with 18 points. Ignore the fact that Spain got 24 points. This meant that they had to go past Sweden. No big deal, right? And they lost 1-0 in the first leg. No worries, there is still the second leg at home. It was a goalless draw. I repeat, a goalless draw, with the Italians having over 75% of the possession and not less than 27 shots. Ah, God. I'll skip the Nations League since they finished second and remain in League A. In the qualifiers for the 2020 Euros, they finished first, as expected, with 30 points and a whopping 12 points difference from second place Finland. At the Euros, which was held in 2021, due to the pandemic, Italy went undefeated. They topped their group with 9 points, defeating Austria 2-1 in the round of 16, the same scoreline against Belgium in the quarterfinals, defeating Spain 4-2 on penalties, before winning in the final, defeating the mighty England 3-2 on penalties. So yeah, Italy failed to qualify for a World Cup, but they won a European title. So it evens out. Now that they had the best wave of momentum and morale to go into the World Cup qualifiers, they will surely not fail. They were put in a group against Bulgaria, Northern Ireland, Lithuania, and Switzerland. Surely they would win the group, as I mentioned. They finished second, 2 points behind the Swiss, winning and drawing 4 apiece. That means they were banished to the shadow realm known as the playoff yet again. In the first round, they faced North Macedonia, where they had 32 shots and also lost 1-0. After losing the Finalissima 3-0 against the reigning world champions Argentina, they played in their Nations League, where surprisingly they topped the group, despite Germany and England being in it. So they went ahead in the knockouts. Spain defeated them, however, though, in the semis. But the Italians still won the third place, defeating the Netherlands 3-2. In the Euro qualifiers for the last Euro, they finished second behind England and qualified with 4 wins, 2 draws, and 2 losses, accumulating a total of 14 points, the same as Ukraine, but beating them in terms of goal difference to claim the second spot in the group. At the tournament in Germany, they won once, drew once, and lost once, to get 4 points to go to the knockouts, where they lost to Switzerland again in the round of 16. The defending champions were out of the competition in the round of 16. Following that, they had the usual Nations League campaign, and they were placed with France, Belgium, and Israel. They were able to claim the second place behind France, and went straight to the knockout stages. Over the 2-leg tie against Germany, however, they lost the first leg 2-1, but during the second leg, despite being an all-out game with Italy equalizing through a last-minute penalty, Germany still went through 5-1 on aggregate. And then the qualifiers for the World Cup 2026 took place. I'll take this game by game. In the first match, Italy got absolutely smashed 3-0 by Norway. Then, they beat Moldova 2-0 at home. The winning streak continued as they destroyed a far weaker Estonian side 5-0, but against Israel, however, the Italians struggled as 2 own goals, yes, 2 own goals, and a brace by Dor Perez, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, equalized things in the 89 minutes. Fortunately for the pasta lovers, Sandro Tonali scored the winner 2 minutes later in added time, and Italy won another 3 points. They won away against Estonia, away against Moldova, but unfortunately, Norway went undefeated in this group and was able to create an absolute mountain to climb in terms of goal difference. So, even if Italy won the last game against them, they would still be banished to the playoffs. But that didn't matter, as they got battered 4-1 at home by 3 different goal scorers. So, just like that, Italy went to the playoffs again. The first match was against Northern Ireland. Surely they won't win this chance as well, right? Well, they didn't. They won 2-0. Okay, so between one of the most successful teams in the tournament history and a return to said tournament, which is the biggest stage of them all, was a team that was kinda dark horse, Bosnia. Seeing the draw, the Italy players celebrated. Okay, though they still had to play and also win. And that they did not. After 50 minutes of play, Moise Kean opened the scoring for Italy. Just the start they were looking for. Now all they had to do was try to find a second one to calm things down. They registered 2 shots in the first half. Meanwhile, Bosnia had 13. Alright, I guess that works too. Just don't do something stupid. A red card for professionally fouling as last man. Oh my god! So yeah, Mr. Alessandro Bastoni decided that he didn't want to help his nation qualify, and more than that, he decided to take an early shower. In the second half, Bosnia had 70% of the possession, and one less shot than what they had in the first 45. Don't know how much heroics were keeping Italy alive, but barely. Chance after chance after chance, the ball refused to cross Italy's goal line as every person watched with hope, unless you were Bosnians and a hate watcher. But nothing built can last forever, and even the mighty have to fall. Bosnia equalized in the 79th minute, and after a goalless half an hour, the fate of the last spot in the land of the free was going to be decided by penalties. Here we go! Which didn't really take long. Bosnia converts, Italy misses. Bosnia converts again, Italy pulls one back. Bosnia goes 3-1 up on penalties, and Byron Cristante misses for Italy. And Bosnia, you guessed it, converts and qualify for the World Cup for the second time in the nation's history. And just like that, Italy has to watch from their couches as others play on the biggest stage for the third time in a row. So there you have it, folks. The story of how a football empire crumbled and became the laughingstock of the entire footballing world. My personal opinion on why this happened: bad management of players in the top 5 leagues. You rarely see Italians at the top of charge in the top 5 leagues. Heck, not even in their own country. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Tell me what I can improve and what else you want to see. Though I want to speak about the results from the West Ham versus Wolves games when it happens, as I'm a Wolves fan. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Goodbye.